I'm not sure if it's been patched out or not. I can't tell you if they patched it. Yeah, the reason I want to do Legion Revenant before I do Arcana is purely because I've got what do you call it? I'm closer to finishing Legion Revenant, and it will help me in Ultras. Like, having Legion Revenant chat will allow me to do Ultras in a different way, and then I'll be able to, like, make videos for how to do Ultras. Because I know a lot of people struggle with fighting the Ultras, and I'd like to be able to help people understand every role. And I can't help people understand every single role in a fight if I can't do every role in a fight. Am I getting the nodes? How many do I need? I need 300, right? So I've got to get 300 of these for the day. If you're wondering while I'm doing this, chat, I'm gonna quickly get my what's it called, like Exalted Apostle or something like that. Correct me if I'm saying it completely wrong, which I probably am. I didn't fully read the name. Yeah, it's fine. We've this is the second set of 300 I need. So I already done the first set of 300 Exalted nodes. We did that the other day on stream. I'm just gonna do the other half, and then it should be, once I've got these 300, I'm smooth sailing. I'm pretty sure I've basically got it. If you want to know, if you don't know how to get this weapon, basically, there you go. Demonic's got it right there. I believe you have to kill, is it 24 Ezrajul? I can't say his name. It's 24, do you know what? I can just click on this and it will make it easier. You need 24 Ezrajul and 24 Warden, and I believe 18 Engineers in total. I believe that's the amount. I could be wrong, but that's how many I have. And I believe I can make the weapons. So it takes like what, 20? It basically takes 24 days minimum. You can't really speed it up. Well, there isn't a way to speed it up. You have to do it every day. So it takes 24 days to get this sword. And I believe there's also a dual wielding version of it. So yeah, it takes a minimum of 24 days. It's a 51% weapon. So once you're at the level where you can farm your daily ultras, or can get carried through them, then, you know. Give me your weirdest ships. Yes, it can be, but wait, what do you mean? Weirdest ships out there? What do you mean by weirdest ships? Just call it Exalted Ugliness. That's all it is. I mean, it does look ugly. So I feel like Exalted Ugliness is pretty good. Arcane Invoker in short is AI. You want me to farm AI? I can do it. You think of playing other AE games like Dragon Fable? I took like a 1 month break from AQW to play Dragon Fable, and not gonna lie, it's pretty fun. I did plan to play through the other like games at some point. I also have the Dungeons and Doom Nights, which I wanted to play through because I thought that would be funny. But I think my plan is to, once I'm running out of things to farm, then I might try the other games they have to offer. I reckon that's a good way to do it. I'm not sure about Dragon Fable or Adventure Quest personally, because I know they're turn-based, but I've never really been in, like, it's not that I'm not a fan of turn-based games, it's just, if I'm gonna play a turn-based game, I'd kind of go for something like Darkest Dungeon. I don't really think Artix Entertainment is even in the ballpark of living up to what other indie companies have done. Other than the fact they've just been around for a long period of time, so, like, it doesn't hurt to try it, but I don't think I would personally enjoy it. That's all. I'm quickly getting my Exalted Ugliness done. Bombastic. It's like a chandelier turned into a sword. It is very ugly. Like, I said that when I first saw it. I was like, oh, so that's like the end game weapon. Why does it look so ugly? Play Persona 5, have you played turn-based? I don't actively look to play turn-based games, is what I'm saying. Like, I don't mind playing them, Khaled, but it's not something I normally go for. Trisp X Adam Boone. We had to ban him in chat the other day, Howie. Didn't you see it? We had to ban him on YouTube. He had 3 subscribers. It's also the end game in Dragon Fable. Wait, is this the same weapon in Dragon Fable? Dragon Fable's main point is the story. Is it? How many people have played Dragon Fable then, chat? How many people have played it? Is it actually a good story? Like, is it like, should we say, is it, what's a bad story in AQW other than half of them? Is it like as good as Darkon, or is it like Chaos Lord, like the last one? That last story, I'm sorry, was horrific, in my opinion. It was ruined by bad audio, choppy fucking cutscenes, repetitive quests that made it feel boring to even want to pay attention to the story. You know, I did ages ago, but I got lost on where to go. Ah, you got lost on where to go. Like every Artix Entertainment game, the lack of direction strikes again. It is amazing to me that the game was aimed at kids, and like even thinking back on it, like when I was a kid, I remember spending so much time running back and forth, unable to figure out where I had to go. Like I would read the entire captions and be so confused. If the wiki didn't exist, I feel like I would never have been able to play the game. Even as a fucking adult, I get lost as shit. Do I need to bring up the Xanax saga? What the fuck is that helmet? Look at Cedric 999. They brought it over to AQW just to butcher the story. That's a shame. It's a shame. It's a shame. What are we saying on YouTube? The story is hella good though, not gonna lie. Like chapter 3 is when the story in Dragon Fable starts to ramp up, in my opinion. It's just as good as might be better than the Darkon Saga in AQW. Does it have voice acting in Dragon Fable? Because my dyslexic ass struggles to read all the time. I try to change my outfit every single stream just so it looks different. I try not to stay with like one appearance. I find it boring, right? What's the point of having thousands of items if you only use like 4 of them? You know? Where's the fun in that? When Artix wrote a story for AQW, the story will become so cringe and players will just skip it. See, as a kid, I remember the old stories being funny, and I did make a video on it, I believe. Like, I don't know what I called it. I think I called it AQW is so quirky. Like, some of the things are just funny. Like, they used to be funny puns. And they were like good. And then like somewhere along the line, it's like it got annoying, right? Like it was like a serious moment followed by a horrible pun, which made the story feel really inconsistent. Because it's like, is this a serious moment? Is it just a joke? Like, where is the story actually going here? Like some of them are funny, right? Like I brought like the beehive I showed everyone the other day, right? You have that giant fucking bee that's holding a stick of dynamite and a ray gun, and it's called Killer Queen Bee. That's hilarious. How is that not funny? But when it's constantly like that, it starts to get cheap. Like the story starts to feel cheap, is what I would say. Like they don't know when to stop being that kind of cheesy, jokey. I don't even know what we would call it. Personality? But it's like sometimes a story is good if you just leave the joking out of it. Really clean. You wish you had it too. I like the one you had with the skeleton armor and the Nolgath hood and the 2 Reavers. Oh, you mean the Iron Bones? That one? Oh, no. You mean the... I was using Skeleton's Curse, Nolgath hood, Abdon's Terror, and Archfiend Cloak. If you're wondering why I was using that set, that's like a 2012 like set in my opinion. Like going back to nostalgia, when I was a kid, I would see so many people with like Skull of Nolgath or Nolgath's hood with Archfiend Cloak on like a tiny skeleton's body, and I just wanted to replicate that for a few streams. I enjoyed Voided story a lot. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed some of the stories. Just not all of them. Dragon Fable Idol has voice acting with George Lowe, aka Space Ghost himself. Yeah, there's an event in AQW with George Lowe as well, right? Doing some voicing. I just wish they voice acted the cutscenes more often, because I generally I would actually not skip them. The issue I have with cutscenes in this game is going back to them not being serious. There's so many boring jokes that have just like lost, like they're so old and cheesy that I don't want to spend my time reading them. That's why I end up skipping most of the story, because you don't know whether a cutscene is going to be actual story or just a bunch of question marks and haha, get, I don't know, noobed or whatever. I don't know. Here's some fucking cheese. Get kicked in the nuts. Like, it's just so many puns are just filtered throughout the entire thing that it makes it so tedious to even bother. Am I at max stacks? Or okay, no, I'm not. For a second, I thought I wasn't getting any nodes because I was thinking. Yeah, so there are definitely some cutscenes in the games that in this game that just run horribly. Like the Xanax Saga, there was that cutscene that literally ran in 4 FPS. It's just horrible to look at. Wish you could get the helm or cape now. I mean, if you have an Iota, Venix, you can get the, Wait, you can still get Archfiend Cloak, can't you? They didn't remove the cloak. The spears, Abaddon's Terror, you can still obtain by going to Twilight. But you'd have to Iota. I would recommend Iotaing the Black Friday chest for the Skull of Nolgath. You won't get the original Skull of Nolgath, but you practically get the same thing. I believe Archfiend Cape... Wait, is Archfiend Cape from Nolgath or from Oblivion Blade? It might be from Oblivion Blade Rare, so don't quote me. I've just always been able to get Archfiend Cloak. That's the thing, though, like, it used to be funny, right? Like, the jokes used to be funny. I'm not saying that it should be removed entirely. It's just at some point they've gone overboard with it. And it just feels cheap. I think it might... let me check in a second for you, Venix. I never change my set because I have very limited space, too, because I just don't have much good shit. They should make the item... Yeah, I said this the other day, I think. Like, for these bag items, when AQW Infinite comes out, this should really just be its own bag. And it should just be infinite, okay? I'm not trying to be a dick, but I reckon this is what happens. From a business perspective, if they add a feature where this item is... Essentially, you can hold infinite of them. What they would do is, if you're a non-member, you can hold 50. If you're a member, you can have infinite space. That is 100% what they would do. It's something that Elder Scrolls does. I think most MMOs do that, right? Like, you basically have a junk bag where you can hold infinite materials to craft other items. And I feel like that's just what they should do. Because, like, this is probably like 100 bag space just on its own in bag items. As someone that doesn't mind getting membership in games, as long as it's affordable, I think that's the best way to do it. If you're a member, infinite space. If you're a non-member, 50 space. Of course, like, this is the thing that I would want it, because I don't own the game, right? Of course I would want it so everyone just had infinite space, but you have to remember that it's a business. And they're going to try to get money out of you. So it's basically paying for quality of life. But I'm not saying I want it that way because I'm a member. Like, it's not like, oh, I'm a member, so I want infinite space. I don't give a shit if membership gave me absolute no value. Like, if it was just my name was blue and it was just like the Wheel of Doom spins, etc., etc., I would probably still have an active membership, because if I'm playing a free game and I'm playing it a lot, of course I want to support the game. That might sound stupid because it's like, oh, well, if you're not getting a major benefit, what's the point? Well, the point is the game has to make money. Which is why I don't have a problem ever getting a membership as long as it's affordable in a game. Because at least it helps the game stay alive. If it's something that makes the game completely pay to win or just ruins the experience for everyone, then I won't, you know, necessarily play the game. Yes, this game is pay to win, but, you know, for me, I don't think the pay to win aspect necessarily ruins this game. The way that I see this game, chat, is like, it's a collection game. And when you collect anything, it costs you money. That's kind of how it is. I don't think it should be this fucking aggressive, but it is what it is, right? In my opinion, if you do play the other AE games, please start with Dragon Fable first. But I will say that if you do play Dragon's Amulet, I don't want to buy Dragon's Amulet for Dragon Fable. I mean, I'm down to try, like, if enough people want me to play Dragon Fable, I might, like, do, like, a little dono goal or something. If we hit that goal, I can start playing Dragon Fable. Like, and I'll get the amulet thing. But it's not a game that I'm necessarily interested in that much, so... Yeah, it's a nostalgic dress-up game. That's what it is. Like, we all know what the game is. We're just discussing, like, features that could make it a little bit more durable. Because, like, for me, the reason I can, like, be really tolerable for it, which not a lot of new players will be. Like, if you're trying to get new people into this game, the odds of them playing are very slim, because what's the point? There's just other games that are unfortunately better. But, like, as an old player, I only used to have, like, 20 like, inventory spots. And then it upgraded, like, 30. And then I think I added space, and I managed, like, I paid to have extra space in, like, 2012, and I got to, like, 70. And even then, farming for, like, Nolgath and other items was a pain. Do you know how many times I have farmed the Dragon Slayer class to rank 10? As a kid? Like, the game is in a much better state for free players. Classes didn't used to be AC. Like, they weren't AC, you couldn't bank them. So if you didn't have the space, you would have to get rid of items. And then it becomes, do I want to get rid of a rare item that I'm never going to be able to get again? Or do I get rid of a class that I can just farm at a later date? So I would constantly delete classes and other, like, items that I liked because I couldn't maintain that space, which sucks in a collection game. But at the end of the day, that's, you know, how money is made. Not having the space makes it so people want to spend money to have the space. So I'm using 98 space. Sorry, let me catch up. I'm using 98 spaces. 98 of my inventory space, and the bank is that AQW summed up. I've just mixed up messages because I'm dyslexic. Hold on. Inventory space, and only 26 of it isn't the item bag tab. Of it isn't in the item bag? Oh, right. 26 of the items aren't bag items. Sorry, I misunderstood that. My I've just mixed up demonics and your messages together, and I'm fucking confused. Farmer set, wear it, and then bank it. That's AQW summed up. Yeah. Doesn't make it bad, though. Doesn't make it bad at all. Is YouTube still good? Because I've got a red bar on YouTube. Did I crash? The only problem is I don't know how to guide new Dragon Fable players, but I could give a new AQW player, I think. For AQW, it's the same thing though. Like, You can help guide someone through it, but a lot of it, what you'd be doing is AFKing, because a lot of these quest lines, they're very lengthy. And if you're endgame, you just end up one-tapping everything. I guess you could equip like lower level gear to play with people. But that's great in practice, but I feel like most people that play an MMO, once you're strong, you don't want to equip anything that's going to make you weaker. Right? Like, once you're at that point where you're strong, why would you want to go back? Oh, you mean Adventure Quest Classic? I mean, they still update it, right? We're good? Okay, good. YouTube's still working. First world problems, but why is there a cap on the space you can buy? That's what annoys me. I mean, yeah, it's a problem of, like, I get that it's just, at the end of the day, it's just a game. It's not like a problem, but while playing the game, we always like to discuss problems with it, right? You do that with most things. I had all 4 of the rare starter classes because I never had the inventory space. I mean, I literally would farm warrior, mage, rogue a bunch. The only one I left on me was mage, so that's the only one that's rare. I believe I had other classes I got rid of. Like, I had, like, prismic clawsuit or clawsuit, like, 11. Like, I had a lot of items that were, like, 11, 12. But I got rid of most of them because my thought was, oh, I just get it again next year. I'll just get it next year, you know. And then it turns out they stopped getting rid of the numbers, and you know it's not as cool now, right? Like, it's always cool to see someone that's got an item from like 2011 because that's 13 years ago. That's, you know, that's longer than a lot of that's longer than people's lives. But yeah. You know you're bored in AQW when someone starts maxing out random resources. I mean, when you've got it, when you've got everything, what can you do though? It's still just a collection game. Like I imagine a lot of people just sign in to look at collections and then AFK and yoga, because that's all there's left for them to do. But that happens in every MMO. That's not an issue with, you know, AQW. There's a lot of games where when you're done, you just start helping people with raids, you start taxiing them, or you just stand around in a social hub because you're just kind of done. That's going to happen in every game. I do just think that in AQW, it's fairly easy to do. You need help with Champion Drakath? Let me finish this, and then I can give you a hand, Khaled. I'm gonna do Legion Revenant, Grimlord before I do Arcana, because Legion Revenant can help me with my ultras like now, and I can learn other roles. So I'm getting my Exalted weapon done first, and then I'm gonna do my Legion Revenant. How you doing, Riven? Or Riven? Do I want to see your char page? Not today, no thank you. Keep in mind I'm always on Swordhaven though, so I can only help if you're on this server. I only had 4 rare classes and Dragonlord because I was too lazy to farm Rep 10s. I actually played the game quite a lot when I was a kid on my little laptop. I got, is it Darkblood Storm King? Necromancer, Shaman, Master Ranger. I did Evil and Good. Because, like, I did Evil and Good because I really wanted I believe it was a set of wings from the good side, and I really wanted the Lich armor from the evil side. I also remember trying to farm Legion, but I gave up. Legion, like the Legion Titan and stuff, is roughly where I gave up on playing the game, because you used to only get like 1 token at a time, and I don't know, it bored me. That's when I realized that there's other games I could be playing, like Halo. That's how I met my guild master. It helped me at Acrolith when I was farming armor of R. Ah. When I start farming Legion Revenant, by the way, chat, I'm gonna put on Legion armor and everything. Like I'll go full Legion. All can be amazed at my glory, even though I hate black and blue. This is the only time you'll see me in Legion gear. How many nodes am I at? I feel like I've been doing this for a year. 238? God damn. I'm gonna switch to my my keyboard for a bit. You're a Legion fanboy. So many people are a Legion fanboy. I'm nation all the way. Yeah, there's always one dude sitting there. Guy from YouTube talking about Dragon Fable. I've moved here to Twitch. Not gonna lie, if you don't buy the Dragon Helmet, you cannot progress through certain chapter 3 stories because they made it actually challenging. Yeah. I apologize if you can hear my dog barking. I already have used them, Blood. I already used my insignias to speed up Legion Revenant. I have to do one of each quest, and then one of them I have to do twice. That's all. Which sucks. We made a mistake. My dog should stop barking in a minute. Back in the day when I farmed, it took me 6 days. Ultra Dage wasn't around though. Yeah. I get that they made insignias to speed it up, and that generally, like, it's a good thing because a lot of these farms are slow, but it's the same with Arcan Invoker. I kind of just want to wait for the insignias. Like, I'm not sure I need the class, so I'm not sure if I want to do the painful farm for it. That's all. Bam, 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 bam. I am getting carpal tunnel on my left hand, and my dog howling is beginning to thingy. I mean, most people are saying the class is bad or not good, and then I've seen some people say that everyone saying the class is bad is an idiot, so it's clear that we have a split already. I like this theme. It's from oh shit, what's it called? Hearthstone. It's the League of Explorers from Hearthstone. Haven't seen too many. I saw a lot of people, like a lot of people have posted on about the new class. Like, it was almost instant. People had videos up in like an hour. Like, I think the video was like up in like an hour. But yeah, it just doesn't look too great of a class, so I don't see Arcana as a bad class. It could be better for sure. As for now, you're gonna bank it. Yeah. I mean, most people are just gonna bank it for now, and personally, I feel like Legion Revenant's going to be better for me to farm for this very second. Like, I know Arcana is a new class, yada yada yada, but if it's potentially going to be buffed in the future, then it might be better for me just to wait, because I can get more insignias and make the farm easier in the future. Because if you're wondering why I haven't just used them right now, it's because I need the enchantment, etc. Yeah, there's a lot of people that already have the class. Like, anyone that's actively been playing AQW probably already has the class, because they can farm their ultras like 50 times. Yeah, like I said in my video, I recommend using insignias. No one wants to farm a lengthy farm with RNG drops. Like, there's no one that actually wants to do that. Like, there's I don't believe there's anybody that wants to just sit there and deal with that. We're done. Look at that. We did it. We did it. This is the one I need to create, right? I'm pretty sure it is, yeah. Yeah. If it's not, that would be weird. What's the other one I needed? It's down here. This one. Then we make Ultima. Then we make this one. Then we make this one. I'm guessing then we make this one. And then this one? 51%. Let's go! I still have engineer insignias. Am I meant to have 8 engineer insignias? Did I do something wrong? How do I still have 8 of them? Huh. Cool. Well, oh, I didn't mean to run out of the room, but yeah, we did it. Exalted ugliness. Hell yeah. Why is the Ultra Darkling so hard? It's just a new class. It seems to be like a trend now for the jewels. Well, I mean, I do need to do my day. I may as well keep doing them daily. It's good fun. Yep, another 51%. What enchantment do we reckon I put on this? I've already got Smite. I don't know which enchantments I have left. Years at this point. Give me a minute, Venix. I don't have Elysium yet. Yeah, I don't have it yet. So it's more of just out of the ones that I have, which I don't even know how you see which ones you have. I have Forge, Lacerate, Smite. Yeah, that's all I have for now. Oh, I could put Mana Vamp on it. Or Health Vamp. Spiral Car. Isn't that from Museum? Oh, it is a good job that I'm a member, so a lot of the farms hopefully are a little bit easier. Yeah, there's Health Vamp for Ultra Dage. What the fuck is Power Word Die? Out of curiosity. Why does that sound funny? Power Word Die? I don't think there's a point in Spiral Carve because I can just use Smite on Timekeeper and it helps me with damage. I think Health Vamp is the best play. Wait, Power Word Die is actually a small chance to just hit massive damage? Can you imagine though? Someone's using that and they just crit like 1 billion and everyone's like, what? Cheat? We'll go with Health Vamp. We'll go with Health Vamp. Yeah. That's that done. Pretty fairly easy to do. It's just a matter of doing dailies and mindlessly farming the time in bit for a little bit. But yeah. It is still really fucking ugly. It is a very ugly sword. I hate to be the one to say it, but it's ugly.